friends, it's Teresa and welcome back to my channel. I'm back. So what happened was I had all these great grand plans for the new year, and then I burnt myself out so bad that I had to take a break from YouTube and anything creative. Didn't really create anything for the past few months, but I'm back. I'm feeling a little better, so I'm gonna take it slow and be patient, and we're back. But today I'm coming back with something I'm very excited about because I haven't done this in quite like a year now, and that is my wrap-ups. I'm bringing my wrap-ups back to my channel. But today's my March wrap-up, and I've only read 4 books in the month of March, which is about average for me. I normally read like 4 to 5 books on the month, depending on the month. At least nowadays I'm averaging 4 or 5 books, which isn't bad. But I have 4 books here that I want to talk about. I'm really excited to talk about them. Some of them are great, some of them are okay. Most of them were okay, actually. One's a reread, so let's just kind of hop into the video. But if this kind of video is for me, let me know in the comments. Hit like, subscribe, do all the fun things. Let's kind of hop into the video. I am going to start off with my reread, and that is City of Glass by Cassandra Clare. This is a YA paranormal fantasy novel following Clary Fred. She turns about 16, I believe, and learns that she is not a human, but she's actually part of a race of shadow hunters, which are beings of people who are part angel, who are destined to fight demons to keep the world safe. Her mother goes missing, and she goes on this epic quest to figure out where her mother went, why her mother hid this from her, and how to go about figuring out her life now. This is the 3rd book of the series. Initially, this is the final book in the original trilogy, and I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars, 3 out of 5 stars. Wow. The gut reaction Trace was just really going back to her days when she really disliked the original trilogy. But I give this a 5 out of 5 stars. It's probably my favorite out of the original trilogy. I feel like it was a great way to end the series out and to really just wrap it up and make it all cute and well, not cute, but to wrap it up and to really give the characters their arcs, finish out the things that were troubling them. The only thing that I would have nicked this for, had I not loved this book so much. If you can hear the cat, I'm sorry. He's a little upsetty. A lot upsetty. The only thing I would have nicked this for, had I not loved reading this so much and loved being back in this world and finishing it out. I'm also rereading this with my friends to catch up and reread the original series and then the Dark Artifices before the release of the Wicked Powers in November. So we're on the 3rd book now. We'll be reading the 4th book this month in April, so I'm excited to get into that. But I would have nicked this had it not been for the fact that I love this book so much. What would I have nicked it for, you ask? I would have nicked it because of the freaking incest plotline. I don't know why Cassie is so bent on this incest plotline. It was the bane of my existence this entire time. I love Claire and Angie as a couple, but this incest plotline really just kind of ruins and makes a weird taste in my mouth, and probably why I hated the original trilogy so much whenever I went through my rereads. But we're done with it now, so I'm praying and I'm hoping that we don't have a similar incesty, semi-incest plotline going on in the future books. Moving on to a book club book of mine, and that is Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. This is a sci-fi novel. I know, Therese read sci-fi. This was a book club pick, so I didn't really have much of a choice. But this is a sci-fi novel, adult novel following Jason Desson, who is a great husband, a good professor at school. He chose his life with his family over his career, and that is until one day he gets kidnapped, and when he wakes back up, he finds himself in a alternate timeline, alternate universe where he is in fact a genius. And he makes it his life's mission to get back home, back to his family. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed this as a sci-fi novel. I feel like there was just some hiccups that I really was not a fan of. I feel like Jason was a very one-sided kind of character. I wanted to see more from him, but he was just very much like, I'm a family man, I'm gonna go home. I'm a family man, I'm gonna go home. And it never really changed or adjusted from that, and we never really got to see him. He struggled, don't get me wrong. Trying to get back between alternate timelines to your family, to your home is a lot. But the ending felt rushed. He never really grew or developed as a character, and I wanted to see more from him. And then all of the sci-fi stuff just whoop, right over my little head, just whoop, right over my head. But I enjoyed the book. It was fun. It was wild from start to finish, but the ending was rushed. I wanted to see more from it, from Jason as a character, from the plot line in general. I just wanted more, and I didn't get more. you know? It isn't a bad thing. I feel like it's not bad. I just wanted more from it. The next one's actually a new release that I had a chance to get an arc of, so I will leave my, did I do a Goodreads review? I don't remember. But I will leave a Goodreads review on here somewhere if I ever do it. And that is To Ride a Rising Storm by Monique Will Blackgoose. This is a YA, almost like slice of life fantasy novel following Inekus, who is part of the indigenous tribes of this world, of this fantasy world, and she ends up being one of the few, the only one actually, to get a dragon in her tribe for years, like centuries almost. So she ends up being forced to go to a school where they teach her English or Anglish ways of schooling and ways of teaching, so she has to kind of conform to this very painful box that this world wants to put her in. If you guys know me, I love the first book. I will leave my review for the first book in the description down below for everyone to peruse. It was my favorite of the year. I found something really enjoyable about the first book and that I just absolutely adored about the first book. This book was a little disappointing. I guess it's a 4 out of 5 stars, I believe. Let me double check. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I still really enjoyed the book. Obviously, I gave it the 4. But it was just missing something. I thought that the stakes were going to be a lot higher in this book, just of how we ended the first book. But that was not the case. It was still very much slice of life. We got to see some action toward the end of the book, which was not what I was expecting or anticipating. I felt like it was still just missing the kind of like upward momentum of stakes that I wanted to see from the book after having read the first book and ending with the first book where it was. But it was not the case, and it got a little boring at times. It got boring having to read, oh yeah, Inekus went to class, Inekus had lunch, Inekus had an enjoyable time talking to Liberty about life in the pursuit of happiness. I don't know. Inekus took Kasakwa for a walk. You know, it was just those little things that just kind of built up over time that really didn't help add tension, didn't really help add anything to the novel itself. It just kind of made the book a little boring, a little repetitive, and I just wanted to see more from it. And like the only reason why I probably gave this a 4, not the 3 that I kind of want to give it, is because of the ending. The ending really picked up for me and really just added more to the story and made me really think that we're going to see more of an upward kind of trajectory stake in terms of the stakes and the pacing for the next book. At least I'm hoping and I'm praying, because I don't think I'll be able to finish out that series if it's going to be the exact same of what we've been seeing so far. But I still really enjoyed it. It was a fun read. I love seeing this kind of version of dragons, seeing them almost as like pets and like these things that can manipulate the elements, and seeing Inekus really try to like not fit into this world that's trying to force her into this box, and she's really just trying to be her own and really be her own person and just like determine what she wants to do from the bottom of her heart and not what society wants her to do. Still a good read. I still recommend the series so far. Will that change with the 3rd book? We'll find out. And the last book that I read was actually The Seventh Veil of Salome by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. I'm going to put a moment here because this review, I'm going to have a little warning here. This review is done out of, what's the word I'm looking for? User error. Because I thought this book was going to be a horror novel and not a drama novel. And I realized about halfway through it was a drama novel after reading countless reviews, wondering when it was going to get picked up in the creepy factor. So I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. Again, I thought this was a horror book, so this review comes with the fact that I read this thinking it was a completely different genre of novel for like half of the book. So, this is an adult drama novel, literary fiction if you will, set in 1950s Hollywood following 3 different perspectives. One, Vera Laios, who is a young Mexican actress who was picked up to portray Salome in this production of Seventh Veil of Salome, a biblical story about Salome and John the Baptist, or Jochanan, yeah. Nancy Hartley, who was an up-and-coming actress who was kind of down on her luck and really wanted the role of Salome. And then Salome herself, who is a young girl who is trying to really just determine what she wants to be in this world, ruled by men. And this is what these 3 girls are really struggling with, is just being kind of surrounded by men who want to take over and rule them and like lord over their personalities and whatnot. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, like I said. It wasn't a bad read. It was just slow. It was just painstakingly slow for me. Again, I thought this was gonna be a horror novel, so I was really anticipating the climb to get there, and it never did for me, which is a user error on my part. I should have done my research on the novel before reading it. But I had high hopes for this. I really wanted to be able to read the book and like enjoy it, and I just kind of, it fell flat for me in a lot of ways. I wanted just more from it. It was really slow, which is why I gave it the 4 instead of the full 5 that I would have given it had I known what this book was actually about. I feel like there were points of view that we didn't need. Like, I didn't really enjoy Nancy's point of view at all. I felt like her point of view, she was just a little, like, it didn't really add much to the characters or really interact much. She was just there to be another point in this book. I would have preferred it much if it was just Vera and Salome. But Silvia Moreno Garcia is still going to be an author for me. I love all of her novels thus far, save for this one. I have The Daughter of Dr. Moreau still sitting on my TBR to be read, so I have to do some research on what that means and read the actual Dr. Moreau. But I still enjoyed it. There were definitely some fun parts. I really enjoyed Vera's portion. I loved Salome's portion. And just like their stories kind of paralleling each other were just beautiful. I think Nancy just felt kind of like she wasn't there to begin with. She didn't really belong and really didn't bring much to the plot other than to be a brat and be a bitch. I lied. I actually read 5 books this month, and the last one was an audiobook that I reread trying to finish this series, and that is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. This is a new adult, hold on, there's just some, okay, there's just some dust because I haven't opened the book in a while. This is a new adult novel following Kel and his peculiar coat. Kel is the only one who is able to travel between Londons. That's all I'm going to give you because there's a lot that happens in this novel. And I'm choking on dust. And I ended up giving this, I think, a 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed this book. I just think that I have outgrown this particular series. I have the final book I still need to read, so I will be trying to finish up the series eventually. But I wanted to reread it thinking it would reignite my love for this world, for this series, and just didn't quite do that. I love Victoria Schwab's writing. I think it's beautiful. It's just imaginative and just really just paints a picture. But the characters, to me, just didn't really leap out of the pages like they used to. Or at least leap out audibly like they used to. And I just wanted more from them. I wanted more from Delilah, who was kind of very much like, I'm not like other girls. And the trope got old really fast. So I don't know if I'll be continuing on with the series. I might just DNF. I'll try to read the second book and see if that really reignites everything for me. Because I didn't like the second book in the beginning. Or at least it wasn't my favorite when I remember reading from it. But yeah, and that is it for my March wrap up. If you guys like this kind of videos from me, like I said, hit like, subscribe, and comment. If you want to see more from me, subscribe. I'm going to try to be back to uploading once a week at least, and then try to get some reels and some shorts interspersed in there somewhere. But until next time, stay safe. Let me know what you guys read in March, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.